So I would like to take this time and ask my audience, how do you really feel about this? How do you really feel about human touch being monetized? And where do you see this going? I made the decision to protest with a megaphone that truth blasting device this Saturday as Stephanie Hess launches her convention, Cuddle convention. And they're calling it the first of its kind. CNN's reported on it, the Daily Mail's reported on it, the local media's reported on it. Links down below. Also, check out her YouTube channel. I'd like my audience members that have some extra time, take a look at this topic. Let me know down in the comment section not only what you think about this, but what messages you think should be shared. As they say, disrupt the peace. But you know what? I think the peace has already been disrupted. And yes, I know touching is healing. I don't need anyone to talk down to me. And I feel like these articles that the media is putting out is like talking down to people. Oh, the benefits of touch. We know that. That's not the issue. The issue is man and woman is having trouble connecting. Many men are having trouble connecting with women. Especially in this day in society when we're being demonized. And a lot of women are being affected really young by this mind control. And so what I see is a woman who's capitalizing on this desire for affection, which is different than love, as one person just pointed out in a group where I just posted some information. Now, I'm trying to get people's feedback on not only the concept of this, but how she's presented herself in the media and in her videos. What I see is a little narcissist who's trying to paint herself as a spiritualist. And there's a lot of supposed New Age women in Portland, and I think there's a lot of New Age bullshit going on here. It's one thing to be genuinely spiritual, but there's a lot of self-serving material girls that have confused materialism and physical pleasure and things with spirituality. And for a lot of you men out there, I don't need to explain this to you. You understand. You understand how some women have even confused their own sexuality and physical beauty with spiritual evolution. I've seen that narcissistic egomaniac. I've seen that rap, as to how evolved they are and how spiritual they are. In reality, they're talking about how attractive they are. And we're seeing a real lack in love in today's women. We're seeing this harshness come out, almost like this spirit of revenge. Like, I'm going to get back at you for all these things that we're meant to feel that we're responsible for. So, please take a look at the information. Google Stephanie Hess, Hess, and Portland, Oregon. You'll find a Facebook page. You'll find a website. I don't want people to go attack this woman. Don't attack her YouTube channel. Just leave her alone. Let's not engage in negativity. I want to understand what I'm dealing with. Sounds to me like she's trying to set up her whole army in this town. This whole, like a cuddle army. And create this whole industry. And the media is helping her. They like to see this type of thing going on. Human love being monetized and good men losing their jobs and ending up on the street, in some cases killing themselves. Local media does a lot of good covering of things that are happening locally. And for the city that's been labeled #1 city to move to, the #1 gentrified city, and almost a #1 city when it comes to homelessness, and also #1 child sex trafficking city as well. We also have the most strip clubs per capita outside of Vegas. So sometimes being popular and having a lot of money moving into the city and seeing property values go up isn't necessarily a good thing when it's gentrified so extremely that more and more people, Portland natives, people that have lived here most of their life, they're being priced out. People are losing their fucking homes while this is happening. So it's not just the Cuddle House part. We don't have any jobs here. It's the service industrial complex that for the most part prefers women, hot women, over men. And how many men aspire to be a bartender all their life, or a fucking waiter, or to compete with other bussers to be a waiter? Okay, now I'm off topic. So there are other issues that are going on behind the scenes of this just being about the Cuddle House. It's emotional to even look at all the links, knowing that this is happening in my town, and knowing that for the most part I stand alone. I know that some of you stand with me in spirit, but it's hard to stand alone in Portland where there are a lot of men suffering, but so few stand up for themselves and actually stand with the spirit of life. What I see is almost this non-human robotic system coming in that wants to phase us out. And you know what? Monetizing hugs on Facebook for those that can afford it seems to really be rubbing it in the faces of many of those that cannot. And there are many men locally and around the world, many of you, that are suffering greatly economically at this time. In a world, in an era of time, where many women have left their boyfriends or left their husbands when they've either lost their job or taken a pay cut. And I've seen this in my own life time and time again. And in this very trailer that I live in here, it's parked outside a friend's house. I had the door open just yesterday. And a woman was jabbering on her cell phone. She was talking to her girlfriend, and she was upset. She was talking about wanting to stab her eyes out, so to speak, figuratively, because her boyfriend made minimum wage and he's worked at the same job for 5 years and he's not progressing. Not in regards to whether he wanted to progress or not, just he's not progressing. And then making that reference to stabbing her eyes out, using violent language, but specifically directed towards herself. And I did lean out this door and I said, "Oh, poor you." I don't even know that she heard me. I heard her continue to jib-jab on her phone. But hey, that's enough out of me. There's links down below. Check out Stephanie Hess. Check out her YouTube channel. Listen to her delivery. Let me know the vibe that you're getting. Is there anything shady about this whole thing? Anything coming up in your intuition or your common sense? Come on. What do you think? What do you think about human touch being monetized? What do the ladies think? Do the ladies see anything wrong with this? How could this go wrong? Could this lead towards resentment? I think people should think about these things. How people might be emotionally, detrimentally affected by a world that's monetizing human touch. And it's something that I think that the females in attendance at this event should know. All right. Thank you for watching.